Hey Internet, Sky back with Carrier Command 2. This is just the second recording. But yeah, we're just gonna get right back into where we were before. If I remember correctly, we were about to invade an island called Tomahawk for its fuel. I'm gonna take manual control and go and attack them. Actually, I accidentally set it to land. It's really easy to stall in this aircraft when you go sideways like that. I need to be careful about making sharp turns. That was pretty cool. It looks like we did miss at least one vehicle. I'll have to come back and do that. And I crashed. Great. I also don't have anything to replace it with right now. I think we're going to switch to using razor bills. I also really like how you can just queue up attacks and like hooking vehicles in this. It's just really fun. Hopefully it doesn't go into the water. Just barely cleared that wave. Ooh, there's actually something with my model I wanted to show you. I can salute. So, salute, no salute. Salute, no salute. Pretty cool. I'm gonna go on for a run on that big convoy. It'd suck if I lost my second airplane again, so I'm gonna try to avoid being too risky about anything. I would use ground vehicles more for combat, except the ground vehicles kinda suck, unless you have like bears or something laying down artillery. The mule droids are pretty good though, but you know, I don't have that level of ability to furnish a good ground force, so I just sort of leave it up to aircraft and, you know, lower support. I'm going to get carrier support, because I also want to show off what the carrier support looks like. So say I wanted to like, I mean I do, I'm gonna hit that walrus with a cruise missile. So it's exactly like using the like camera on the carrier, except instead of being on the carrier and using the camera, I'm in the airplane and it's gonna hit the same place where I'm looking. And you can also see the missile on the top fly in as it goes towards the walrus. I'm gonna leave the Albatross flying and then getting closer with the carrier because I need to drop off the ground vehicles to capture, and also the closer I am, the better the waves are. So I don't I had that concern before that the waves would be too bad for me to safely land or take off. So I'm gonna want to get closer before I try landing it. I have this yo-yo and it almost just rolled off my desk. It's kind of ridiculous how fast this, giant aircraft carrier can go. Like if you just let it rip in a straight line, it can get up to almost 100 knots if you give it full power. But yeah, no, it's honestly kind of ridiculous how much power the crane takes up for the aircraft coming and going. But that makes it fair, I guess, that the vehicles take up their own supply of power if you're like constantly moving. What I like to do, like in really late game, is I just like get an aircraft to obliterate everything on an island. I get an aircraft or two, and then I send in a heavy lift aircraft carrying like a ground vehicle that has the virus, so you can just like pop in and then you can take it over, and the aircraft carrier can be like dozens of kilometers away. But for now, I have to get in right in close and drop off these vehicles. Yeah, I just love the level of automation that you can achieve. It really makes things easier once you like learn how to do it. You can just send everything, go there and back, and complete a whole mission in just a few minutes. But the planning only takes just a few seconds. Like if you click on each waypoint, you can also set orders, so it'll wait there until you press a certain button. So like say I wanted to have everyone stay here for a little while, I could press wait alpha, and then as soon as once the seals get there, then they'll only go once I hit alpha go. I'm just gonna do that right now because I want them to come right back. Then you can also take over these ones too. You can even see the everything's taking place in the same area, so you can see that Albatross coming to land. Or not. Ooh, maybe I parked it in a way where it can't land safely. I don't know, I should be able to make it work, but okay, I'm gonna wait for it to come around again. If it doesn't land, then I'll move around. Sorry, I really need to figure out my mic because I only have a headset mic and it's not that good. Also, the little virus drones are really cute. Like they're just like little spider things, but it's nice. They're fun to look at. I wonder what the logistics barger's doing because it's been there a while. And it's dropping off the fuel that I ordered a while ago. So this is going to be able to make me more fuels. That won't be a concern for a while. Next, I think I want to get air chassis actually. Then I'll come back for turrets. These are so the ones on the right are the autocannons that the aircraft use, and the ones on the left are missile launchers that ground vehicles can use. So these look like TV guided missiles. So if you've ever played like Battlefield or something, those are the ones where it's like your perspective is inside the missile. Only I can fire those manually, so those aren't actually that great. Then you've got air-to-air missiles and torpedoes. So it's not the best layup, but it does give me enough missiles to, to take out what's on an island. Just it's gonna take a while and be really slow and painful, but it's good enough. So I'll have to capture that eventually too. Small munitions. This is actually, I mean, I talked shit about it the other day, but this is actually pretty good. It's 20 millimeter ammo, and then 160 millimeter shells. So this would let me um, the 160 millimeter is what the carrier uses, so that would let me fire the carrier's main gun all I want, and the carrier gun's actually pretty good. And then 20 millimeter shells are what the aircraft use. So it looks like I'll have a lot of Albatross gunships with this combination. And then barges let me make more of these little barge things that drive around. By the way, since it's right next to my aircraft carrier, I can go and look at it. It's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm gonna see if that airplane landed yet. It looks like it did. Okay, so that airplane just came back, but as soon as it gets restocked, I'm gonna send it out again because we need to do recon on the next island. So I'm gonna start looking at my long-term plan. So we know what order we're going to take out the islands in this little area, but then what's next after that? This island isn't good for me, neither is this one. So over here doesn't look very useful. I mean, this does give me more ground vehicle turrets, but without the ammo to actually put in them, they aren't that useful for now. This gives me a Manta. That's very good. That's a jet plane. I'm gonna want that. So maybe we go up, and then these are some. This is some good ammo. So maybe we'll loop around and just dodge these three in the middle, and like just keep them as a zoo or something. These are pretty good. These are bombs, and like countermeasure torpedoes and rockets. So if we find a rocket launcher somewhere, then we'll be able to use those. Rockets are, I mean, they seem cool. They aren't actually that good, but I still like to use them. These are some more missiles. These are better missiles than the TV guided ones. And then same deal over here, more torpedoes and missiles. there's the rocket launcher and then a gimbal turret, or that would replace the gimbal camera in aircraft. And then more. I forgot these. Yeah, I think we already have the blueprint for the virus droids. So as soon as we take over our first utility, we should be able to have plenty of those. So this is a flare launcher, smoke stream, sonic pulse, droids, and radar. This is AWACS, smoke bomb launcher, fuel tank. Okay, so when it comes to utilities, I actually like the one over here more, but that's deeper in, so I think we're going to capture this one first anyways. Ooh, and I like the Condor too, like I was talking about earlier. So I think I'm going to go and capture these middle islands up here first, and then come back down here. Because, yeah, for some of these. I need 30mm ammo, because that's what the gimbal turret uses and what the small ground vehicles use. Unless, I mean, I could use 40mm because I'm pretty sure that's a 40mm turret. So once I get that, then I can use this 40mm ammo. And also, you know, the bear cannon. But I do want to get 30mm ammo so that way I can use this turret. But it doesn't look like there's any good 30mm ammo, so I might not do that for a while. Where is 30mm ammo? Is there anywhere that could give me 30mm ammo? Maybe not. Hopefully it's included, so that way as soon as we take over this island we can get 30mm ammo, because that's concerning. I'm gonna send up that aircraft so we can surveil our next island. Ooh, Twilight is 3 shields. Which one's Twilight? That's the heavy ammo factory. Ouch. So maybe going, I mean, it's kind of risky, but extending the bottom to Teresa and Treasure might be safer for me. I'm gonna see what those are. Ooh, and good air chassis over here. Okay, so change of plans. It's not worth it trying to take over Twilight because of how difficult Twilight is. Yeah, I can't do Twilight right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go this way and then loop around and come back. So once I take everything here, but Twilight probably, then I'll take over these islands. And we'll work our way up. Unless I want to go up the side here. Nah, it doesn't look like it's worth it. Doesn't look like it's worth it at all. Oh, and we can also see the progress the enemy aircraft carrier is making too. Looks like the enemy scrambled some aircraft, so I'm going to use the carrier's missiles to take care of them first. Is that an enemy boat? Yep. I'm gonna see if I can scan it. Yeah, because that's at level 3 cabin, so it's surrounded by boats. I don't think I have the torpedoes or missiles or anything to fight it right now. That's a needlefish. Let's see what comes next. I don't know if this can tell us what weapon the needlefish has. No. Oh, it's a torpedo one. Speaking of torpedoes, I think I'm gonna make my own torpedo needlefish. We can actually do that, so in the logistics menu, over here, I can, yeah, in this menu, this is what the silent is. I don't have hopefully I have enough AA missiles. I mean, I've got 8 in the chamber, but I don't know how many I have in reserve. 15 here, and then 60 of that I can. So that's good. I'm gonna lob some torpedoes in the direction of that island. Oh, the Sea Whiz is firing. Shame I can't really look up. Oh, it's spraying. Ouch. Oh, and it also dodged the missile. Okay, I think we got it. Did we? Yeah, we knocked out this guy. A little bit, you know, they really tore us apart. Here, I'm gonna do the easy ones first. Where the albatross flew, right? Yes, I'm gonna park the boat. I don't want to get too close to there's the ground. Weapons will start firing. Let's see how the torpedoes are doing. So, if you're wondering, these are countermeasure torpedoes that they're launching at us. These will try to turn the torpedoes around. But it looks like they aren't working. Or maybe they're working? I don't know. We'll just have to see if my torpedoes are smart enough to dodge them. Ooh, but that's not good. Because that could... Yeah, that's gonna come around and try to work on me. And then, yeah, no, the countermeasures worked. So I'm going to extend the delay a little bit. And then launch my own torpedoes that are counter. technically it's not countermeasure. Countermeasures screw up the guidance system of all the torpedoes in the water, and the noisemakers are the ones that like redirect them. But it's not really that important. Watch. And we're also gonna fire another torpedo to try to take out one of those boats. It should go for that noisemaker. There we go. Maybe I can even turn this torpedo around again. That's terrifying. And yes. I'll see miracle like this one. It does have a little bit of health, so it could like take extra shots, but if I fly it in for that thing to do that, it's gonna give their enemy eventually. I don't know what all those lines going across the screen are supposed to be. I think some of them have to do with like what direction the automatic path is, but in essence they're all over the place, so I don't know if that's what they're actually doing. Right, I launched those razor drills so they can take care of some of those for me. They launch a torpedo at my barge. Here, I'm gonna help it out. Because the barges actually know how to dodge torpedoes, which is pretty cool. But it looks like but it's also headed straight for me, so I need to not knock it off anymore. That's pretty cool. Oh, I should have redirected that torpedo to go up so that way it would have hit them again, unless they redirected it back. It's fine. Yeah, the razor grills are pretty cool, but I don't get to use them much. Right, I forgot I have to finish repairs. My headphones are being kind of weird, but they're alright. got the money, I'm gonna produce one of those needle nose boats to help me with the all of those boats that were waiting at one of these islands. So